Hello and welcome to your 2023 Energy Alignment Workshop. I'm so excited that you're here. I can't wait to get started. But if you're new here, my name is Melissa. I'm an energy witch, a Reiki master, teacher, and mentor. And today I thought I would put together a beautiful ritual for any time that you are needing to close a chapter and set powerful new intentions for a new phase. Of course, this is created at the end of December 2022 so that we can get a fresh start and set powerfully aligned intentions for 2023. But anytime you are needing, you're in a phase of endings and beginnings, this is the perfect way to get into alignment, to clear what you no longer want to take with you into this new chapter and start fresh, start powerfully aligned. And it really is my belief that sustainable change and setting powerful intentions only comes when you are coming from a place of self-love and self-worth. Now, if you have a journal or something that you want to, jot things down on, your phone or whichever way you like to write things down, you might want to grab that and keep it handy because I will be asking some deep diving questions and you may want to, you may be inspired to write things down. So grab that. However, I have created a glorious workbook for this specific period of time, for this specific workshop. So there's a link in the description for you to grab that. It's basically just a set of journal prompts to help you get really clear, to really shift your mindset and make solid plans for the year ahead. So if you are in that space right now, if you want to take that time, definitely do that. And really don't think that it needs to get all done before January 1st. Absolutely not. I want you to take your time. Do not rush the process of reflection. I believe that you have at least until January 18th, which is when the end of Mercury retrograde is. So give yourself plenty of time. You never want to rush through the reflection and planning phase, especially if you want to have, again, long-lasting, sustainable change. And really don't let whatever day it is or week it is or whatever stop you from doing that deep inner work. So you can go ahead and check the description below, click the link and download the workbook, and you can do that. You can pause right now and start diving into it right away, or you can do it after this ritual as like a bunch of journal prompts, or you can just keep it, print it out and work through the prompts as you can, and whenever you have time, because sometimes we just, we don't got the time, but you can sit down and anytime you want to just reflect a little bit more deeply and set powerful intentions, you can do that with these prompts. So I highly recommend you check that out right now. I also recommend, last thing, is that if you have a candle nearby or if you have a candle that you like to use for rituals, get something to light it with, and we'll get into that right away. So I've got mine here, my little green tea light. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I'm lighting my candle to signify the beginning of the ritual. You want to keep it a little bit out of your breathing range so that if we do some deep breathing, you won't accidentally blow it out, because that's very important. But like I said, this is a ritual for closing a chapter, for any ending and beginning. And it really is, a powerful emphasis on how you want to move forward in alignment and with intention, in a way that brings you on your path of greatest and highest good, okay? Now, the thing that's really helping us in this phase is that Mercury retrograde has just kicked off. It just kicked off on the 29th of December, and it really is all about deep reflection, right? And adjusting plans and reassessing and making sure that what we're doing is in alignment with our values, with our priorities, with our intentions and our goals. It's also a time to make sure that we are communicating clearly from the heart and honoring our boundaries, maintaining our boundaries. We are also in Capricorn season, okay? And this energy is especially conducive to making successful long-term plans and really supporting ourselves in all ways as we consistently pursue our goals, okay? So this ritual is perfect for that, right? It will marry perfectly with that vibe. That I'm so excited to get started. So let's get into it. Now, I have a little disclaimer actually. Over the years, I have set many goals and many intentions from a place of fear, and that's something that I really want to prevent you from doing. Needing to meet a certain status quo, needing to be a certain place because we're comparing ourselves with other people, needing to smash myself into a mold that wasn't made for me. Right? We are all so unique. We're all at different places in our lives. And setting goals from that place really leads to self-sabotage, to guilt, to shame, to self-loathing. And it doesn't get us where we want to go at all. Okay? And what I've learned is that setting goals or intentions for the year can be satisfying. It can be a practice of self-love and self-acceptance and self-discovery. And it really is my intention that this workshop helps you do that and see that too, and help you reset your energy and your mindset to make it all so much more and so much easier for you, right? We are heading into the energy of ease and peace, okay? It's not about forcing yourself to do and be things that aren't in alignment with you, okay? So we start off today with a powerful release ritual. We will carefully inspect and remove any thoughts or beliefs or behaviors that we need to be a certain way, to be worthy, to be good enough, to be deserving, to be lovable. Okay, all of that has got to go in order for us to make room for the expansion journey that we are embarking upon. Now, oftentimes people reach out to me to, frantically release themselves of things that, they no longer align with, right? They want to cut cords, they want to release people and situations and things, and they're like, get this off of me. That's the vibe, right? And while there's certainly nothing wrong with that, my experience is that we really do need to process and feel and accept ourselves in order to fully release something, right? Not only that, but that frantic energy is not conducive to releasing and to healing, okay? Releasing is acceptance. It's surrender, right? And it really requires a relaxed state, okay? You can only let it go. Like think of that closed fist that's clutching onto something, and you do really need to just release to let it go, right? And sometimes a lot of reflecting needs to happen in order for us to let go of that death grip, right? So that's why often things are really hard to let go, or we think we've let something go, but it just keeps popping up, right? How frustrating is that, right? We think we're free of things, and then they pop back up when we least expect it. Now, I want you to think for a moment about what you're ready to release. And you can just, jot down a quick list, and you can write down, I am ready to release, and then list out anything that comes to mind, right? And while you can be releasing tangible things, people, situations, dynamics, I do want to challenge you to think of what is beneath that situation, person, relationship. So it could even be, a habit, but what is beyond what that thing symbolizes, right? What's the deeper fear or belief that is underneath, right? Be fears that you'll be rejected, fears that you'll fail, fears that you'll succeed, right? Maybe you'll be judged or embarrassed, right? So just as you're writing down maybe the situations, the habits, the relationships, I want you to, right next to it, try to reflect on what is really beneath that. Is it a fear of being seen? Is it a belief that you're not good enough, right? There's usually something deeper there. So I challenge you to inspect that, okay? If you have the bandwidth for it right now. Now, what I want you to realize is that if you're holding on to anything, it's because it's serving a purpose for you on some level, right? Conscious or not. Oftentimes, bad habits are really just the coping mechanisms that we needed to put in place when we didn't know them better, when we didn't have any other options, right? Sometimes something so clearly, logically is blocking you, right? Like a fear of being seen or taking action or being judged, right? Those things can be hard to let go, even though rationally, logically, we can see, we know that they're blocking us, right? But they can be hard to let go of because actually they create safety for us, right? They're a protective bubble, right? It's a comfort zone thing, right? So while this is also a sign that your nervous system probably needs some extra love and soothing, you need to make room in your daily life, of course, to soothe yourself and learn some stress management techniques and rest and recover more. But I really do think it's important for you to understand that even though you may so clearly, so logically want to release, your fear of being judged, your fear of being seen, your fear of taking action, because you can tell how much it's blocking you, you do need to understand what purpose that's serving, right? What has it given you, right? Even though you've outgrown it now, what has it given you, right? Now, another example is, bad habits, unhealthy habits, right? The coping mechanisms, right? That we know hold us back, but we just can't stop, right? How do we let it go for good, right? Well, I'll give you an example. I smoked cigarettes for many, many years, many years. And I hated myself for it, right? And every time I would, fall back into it, I tried quitting many times. I hated myself for it. I shamefully held on to the habit for so long until I started to reflect on what purpose it was serving, right? Until I realized and accepted that it really did, it was such a big tool for me in soothing my anxiety when I had no other tools. It was very grounding for me. Tobacco is a very grounding herb. It's one of the most grounding herbs known to man. And it protected me. It created this protective shield of smoke, right? And it really did also represent an element of my identity that I identified with from when I was in my teens, So these were all things that I needed to reflect and work through before I could let it go, right? And I needed to accept all of that and love myself regardless for all of that, right? So really think back now on what purpose your bad habit or limiting belief or behavior or relationship is actually serving, and how has it helped you and protected you and soothed you until now, right? So I want you to acknowledge it. I want you to accept yourself regardless, love yourself regardless. See that you were not wrong for holding on to it for as long as you have, okay? It was serving a purpose, and it created safety for you, and it created a sense of identity. It created so many safe spaces for you, and you need to know that until you can recreate that sense of safety, it'll be really outside of it in healthy ways. It will be difficult for you to let go, but you're starting the process now and you're reflecting, right? So in terms of my own journey, right, I really had to replace that soothing mechanism, right? I needed to learn to manage my anxiety. I needed to ground myself in healthy ways, right? So I needed to bring in, daily meditation, yoga, movement, energy healing, body work, breath work, making sure I'm setting boundaries so I don't need that protective smoke shield, right? I needed to have clear communication so that I can lessen the triggers in my life. And as my level of self-love rose, and as my ability to soothe my nervous system became more and more owned, it just became less and less appealing to me to self-sabotage and poison myself, okay? So, just the way addiction works, I still sometimes get the urge to smoke, and while I don't follow through anymore, I can still love myself through it all regardless. I can see it, I can notice the triggers coming up and being like, in the past, this would have been a situation that would trigger my need to smoke, right? So I really do want you to go through your list and explore the ways in which all of those things and people and fears and beliefs have served you. Where did they come from? When did they enter your life? As a reaction to what, right? What did they give you that you can now give yourself in a healthier way? Right? Often it's a sense of safety, of protection, soothing, gratification, right? So acknowledge that now. Write down what needs those habits are meeting really quickly, and also try to brainstorm ways in which you can replace those things in healthy ways, right? So as you're writing that down, I'm going to set us up for a releasing meditation, and we're going to align with our desires and set powerful intentions. So get yourself nice and settled, and when you're ready, Get yourself in a nice comfortable position where you can relax fully. And when you're nice and settled in that comfortable position, once you've adjusted till you're just right, you can close your eyes and drop down into your chest space and begin to slowly inhale and exhale, allowing yourself to relax. Slowly inhale as deeply and comfortably as you can, and exhale, releasing all the tension in your body. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. With every breath you take, you become more relaxed. Breathe slowly, breathe deeply, and simply trust that you are completely safe. You are exactly where you need to be right now, and you are divinely protected. A powerful shield of protection surrounds you now, letting in only what is for your highest good to enter. And as you continue to breathe, become aware of your body, breathing ever more slowly, any tension melting into the surface beneath you like honey. Every muscle fiber loosens with each slow, deep breath. You are now more relaxed than ever. Feel the soles of your feet activate, and a surge of energy from the base of your spine travels all the way down your legs, through your feet, and all the way to the core of the earth, grounding you completely into Mother Earth. You are now grounded, and I am placing a powerful protection all around you. So watch as a black mirrored pyramid descends over you, and 4 protection roses come down, one right in front of you, one right behind you, and one to each side of you. You are now grounded and protected, and you may allow yourself to slowly fall backward and inward into your own mind. Slowly, your mind drifts deeper into itself until all imagery and thought drift away, and you reach the black void of infinite possibility. Finally, you come to a place of quiet and calm. You are surrounded by nothingness, and here you alone have the power to create. Would you like to journey to a place inside your own imagination where you can find sanctuary, a place of healing and self-discovery? It already exists deep within your unconscious mind, but let's see if we can make it easier for you to access the sacred place whenever you need it. Together we now ask a beam of dense, impenetrable, and clearing light to come down from the cosmos. This beam descends upon you and then expands to encompass your entire being and energetic field. This golden, clearing light now begins to do its clearing work, removing cords, clearing blocks, and loosening your grip on anything that you are ready to release today. As it does this powerful cleansing work, it also activates and charges the power and magic within you. Watch as it carefully cuts and clears away the patterns, the vows, the curses, and beliefs that prevent you from living in your maximum expression. These can be vows of poverty, destructive relationship patterns, cycles of abuse and trauma, low self-worth. These can be habits that once served a purpose, but that now hold you back. These can be relationships that once nourished you, but now drain you and hold you back. These can be beliefs that at a time once protected you, helped you navigate tough times, but that now prevent you from getting where you want to go. Even if you're not sure where exactly that is, trust that this is divinely intelligent energy that can burn away all that does not serve your highest good. It breaks any and all curses, vows, ties to any harmful patterns and cycles now, and places a powerful protection around you so that ties that are broken now remain severed in all directions of space and time. You are releasing fears, concerns, any external distractions. Feel yourself getting lighter and lighter, releasing any old patterns that hold you back, any old patterns from childhood or from old memories that have come up for you for healing now lose their emotional charge and effortlessly fall away. This energy can cut away generational ties that bind you, karmic ties, vows or contracts that you've made in past lives that no longer serve you. And you may not even have a conscious awareness of what these are, and that is fine. Just allow your subconscious to have its own awareness and begin to scan your body from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, allowing your body to release any old patterns stored within it. We tend to store patterns and trauma in our body, and that is what we tend to create externally. So as you do your scan from the top of your head all the way down into your abdomen and down through your legs, imagine your subconscious mind finding any last residual bits of old patterns. Anything related to struggle or discomfort. Imagine that you can release those with the breath, exhaling, releasing out, and making space for new patterns and to activate dormant patterns of happiness and success, to activate the energy of worthiness, of power, of confidence, support, love, and blessings. Feel that energy now running through your entire energetic field and body. This energy ripples through and heals the entire timeline, all generations before you and all that are to come. We now call forth our guides and angels to retrieve any soul fragments we may have left behind throughout the universe in all directions of space and time. Sometimes due to traumatic experiences, fragments of our soul get left behind. See now as any fragments rush back toward you, and as they do this, it will resemble a reverse starburst. These fragments make their way back and through the dense, clearing and healing light that will restore them with high vibrational energy before they return to their rightful place within your being. Feel yourself completely restored, rejuvenated, sparkly, at peace, and supported in every way imaginable. Simply breathe in and soak up this new state of being. You can now open your eyes if you want to as we chat for a second about manifesting and setting powerful intentions from a place of self-love and of self-worth. Now we'll be moving into opening ourselves up to the infinite possibilities, the infinite potential for ourselves. And I do want you to make sure that you are not aiming low, that you're not setting goals out of fear, that you're not setting goals out of self-hate or punishment. I want you to make sure you are fully in alignment with your greatest expansion and understand that the key to manifestation and manifesting the big things isn't what you think it is, possibly, right? You're not going to make huge leaps in income or win the lottery or find your soulmate by meditating and affirming and journaling till the cows come home, okay? While all of that certainly helps, and they're all really helpful coping mechanisms and ways of connecting with yourself, what is going to help you is understanding that manifestations come through not as a reward for hard work or healing or progress or any kind of healing work that you have done. And it's not that you're not doing enough if it doesn't come through. Easily manifesting your desires is never about being rewarded for good behavior or meditating enough or suddenly becoming worthy or deserving. You are already worthy right now. You are already deserving. You are already capable. You're already so lovable, right? It's not about adding anything or releasing enough so that you're in a place that you can manifest what you want. The secret to manifesting your desires, aka let in what's already here for you, is to become a really good detective. I know that sounds wild, but lovingly and patiently and gently digging through your life and your thoughts and your psyche to find the ways in which you don't believe in yourself and don't believe in the universe is what's gonna get you where you want to go, okay? Follow all the clues. Are you people pleasing? Are you settling? Are you self-sabotaging? Do you have these, going through all of what you want to release and understanding why they're there? It literally is a daily exploration that no one outgrows, okay? And you can, put a pause on that process if, life is getting intense. But if you're here, you do want to understand that letting things in is really just about understanding where we're not believing in ourselves, where we're not loving and accepting ourselves, and taking steps to gently soothe that and gently fix that and find better feeling beliefs and thoughts. And if it feels like work, it is work, of course, but the good news is that it just gets easier and easier to do, and you're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. I, of course, teach my processes, my personalized systems to my clients, and I've actually created a new revamped one-on-one program that delivers all of this to you in a very personalized way with plenty of support and guidance. And I really am obsessed with the results that my clients have been getting lately. I literally just spoke to one of my star clients, and she started this program less than a year ago with an idea for a business, and she now has closed the year super successful with her business, believing in herself, setting crazy boundaries in a place of greater peace than she's ever been in. And I'm just so floored and just so in admiration of her, of course. And to talk a little bit more about this program before we get into the final part of this ritual is that this program consists of profound energy healing, EFT tapping, hypnotherapy, and all of those together really do guarantee a major up level right out of the gate. We also use astrology and human design, and I of course use my psychic abilities to channel the guidance straight from your guides to find ways that work specifically for you to get you where you want to go and really make it as easy as possible for you to implement everything, right? So I've just opened 2 spots to begin in January. So you can book a quick consultation via the link in the description, or you can apply directly and get all the information on the program directly through the application process. These 2 spots will be going fast. So if it's resonating with you, you can comment with any questions, or you can visit the link for all of the info. And that being said, I want you to think now for a minute and really just expand your mind. So you can go back to closing your eyes and putting a hand so ever so lovingly on your tender heart, and drop your consciousness into your chest space. And as you continue to breathe slowly, feel it expand more and more as you breathe in deeply through the nose and out slowly through the mouth. And feel this spark, this this baby spark in your heart space and watch as it begins to grow. Take a deep breath and feel your chest and your breath and your heartbeat beneath your hand. Feel yourself alive and feel this spark growing. Feel yourself aligned with the infinite part of yourself. Notice this bright light in your chest now growing more and more intense with every breath. It has now the power to dissolve any and all ways that you feel trapped or held back or unsatisfied. It can all be effortlessly resolved. Even the things that have always been that way can magically transform, and you can be liberated to feel confident and sexy and energetic and rich and successful and passionate and liberated in any way. That everything you want just comes, and nothing about any of it is wrong. No one would be mad. Nothing bad could ever happen. So if nothing were wrong about anything you want, what would you want? Without limits, without judgment, let it come up. What does your heart want? How easy could it be? Like drop from the sky easy. If it were that easy, what would you want? What if you were supported in every single way and thriving? What would you want to do? What would you want to have? What would you want to be? Let yourself go there. Let yourself reach, because you are worthy of it, deserving of it. And if you want it, it's because you were meant to have it. You were born to have it and live in pure joy. And if you want it, it has to come. It has chosen you. Let yourself just see and feel what it is you want. And let yourself trust that it is meant for you. Even if you don't know how it all will come, that's not your job. See it and feel it all and just trust it and believe in your ability to let it in. There's nothing that you have to do right now. You're already doing it. You're already where you need to be. So connect with this vision. Connect, most importantly, with the way it feels, the way you want to feel. Really let those emotions bubble up. And then we will ground these manifestations into the tangible world now. So take this channel of energy from up above in the cosmos down through the bright light in your heart space where this vision will now reside. And this channel of energy goes down through all of your energy centers, your chakras, moving down into the earth. See it rushing through your body and down through the earth, aligning you fully with this new state of trust, of belief, of worthiness and confidence, and grounding it into the crystalline core of Gaia Mother Earth. So there is one big channel of energy, a highway from infinitely up in the cosmos, down through all of your chakras, all the way to the core of the earth. Feel yourself pulled into the earth with it all. You and your desires are fully grounded, protected, and charged up with this energy. Now take some deep cleansing breaths to let it all settle into your being. You can continue journaling. You can pull yourself some cards. You can seal the practice with some movement. And when you feel complete, you may snuff, not blow, your candle out. Really quickly though, I do want you to make this as easy and simple as you can for yourself. Don't set a million goals. Don't have a million things that you need to be doing. We're still in that retrograde energy right now. Don't skip the reflecting. And as you're reflecting, do make it easy for yourself as you move forward, right? Especially if you have a bad relationship with setting goals and New Year's resolutions. I really do recommend you use the workbook that I've linked in the description to really dig in, do some deep reflecting, and come through with the most aligned vision and intentions and plan for success. The key, as you'll see, is to create a system for you to regularly review your goals and your intentions so that you can continue to tweak them, because you will be in a state of evolution, right? And this is why often goals and intentions fail, because it doesn't factor in for the fact that we are constantly in flux, right? So I usually have a bigger long-term vision, right? So for the year, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, that I'm constantly refining. And then I set bigger 90-day goals for each area of my life. And then I always use the new and full moon phases to set my intentions. And the way that those moon phases are set up, it's like every 2 weeks or so, I have a new focus, I have a new priority that is moving in the direction of those bigger 90-day goals, right? So it's about whittling it down that way. I find that works best for me, but you need to find what resonates with you, okay? What feels easy and good to you, and then let go of any shame around getting off track. That getting off track does not exist, okay? Being off track just means that your priorities have shifted, something more important was presented, something more pressing was presented, and you had to focus that way, right? We are in flux. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and we need to flow with them and let go of any shame around any of that, right? So you have got this. 100%. I believe in you. You are so capable, so worthy, so deserving, and I would love to hear what your intentions are for 2023, or what your word for 2023 is. So please share that in the comments, and I will Reiki charge every comment for a little boost in manifestation mojo. And so it is. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this experience, and definitely check out the link in the description for my one-on-one program if that sort of piqued your curiosity, so you can just apply, get the information. But that is it. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, and I wish that all of your dreams come true for your highest and utmost good. And so it is.